Hey, so I wanted to do a review of this Hondo H77 guitar, which was a gift to me from my Uncle Bob and Aunt Sandy about a month ago before they moved away from Vegas. It's a cool story that goes with it, so after I get done playing, I will tell the story and give my review of the guitar. But first I'm going to do some playing. I'm going to try out the intro from Texas Flood and then the intro from Pride and Joy, both by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Then I'll finish it up with the main riff and solo from Sunshine of Your Love by Eric Clapton during the Cream days. So we'll see how many takes it takes to get through this one. All right, now Pride and Joy. Two takes isn't too bad. I messed up on Pride and Joy, but that's okay. I can live with that. So let's talk about the guitar. First off, let's tell the story real quick here. So my Uncle Bob and Aunt Sandy knew they were going to be moving away. Bob was looking on, I think it was on Facebook Marketplace, but either way, he was looking around and he found this guitar was for sale by a guy. Apparently it used to belong to his brother. I don't know what happened to the brother or anything like that, but the brother used to gig with it, and the guy was selling the guitar for an extremely good price. It wasn't about the money, it was about finding a cool home for the guitar to go to. So we basically put the ad out and said, you know, tell me why you should get this guitar. Why do you deserve it over anybody else? And I'm gonna pick who gets it, and that person can buy it. So my Uncle Bob emailed the guy and said, my nephew is an avid guitar player. He's been playing for most of his life. I'm soon gonna be moving away with my wife from Vegas, and I wanna give him a nice gift, something nicer than I've ever given him before, something that he can keep forever, that would be really special and sentimental. Well, the guy chose Bob to take the guitar, which is so cool, and he ended up giving it to me at the going away party that my mom was throwing him the day before they were leaving. So I was really touched. I mean, super special. It doesn't matter what kind of guitar it was, I would have been very thankful and happy to keep it. But the honest truth is that this is actually a really cool guitar that I dig, that fits kind of a hole in my collection. I'll talk about why in a second, but it plays really well, it sounds good. I think part of the reason that it sounds good is that it is the heaviest Strat style guitar I have ever owned or played. And the reason for that, based on the research that I did, is that because this body, this is a mahogany body. It feels like my Les Paul, it's so heavy. Normally Strat style guitars are made out of alder, which is a lighter wood, which usually results in a lighter tone. This thing has that thick, heavy tone, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a mahogany body. So it's an HSS humbucker single coil guitar. It's called a Hondo H77. I feel like H77 is probably a play on the whole HSS thing. I don't own another, I've never owned an HSS guitar, so that's why it kind of fits that void. It's just great to be able to go from those super Texas blues sounds on these two single coils over to the hard rock humbucker style here. So I mean, very versatile. I would gladly bring this to a jam session with somebody and not worry too much if it got a ding or whatever. It just gives it a little bit more character. A couple other things about it. So let's see. So it's a rosewood fingerboard. I've oiled it up and it feels really good. I love the jumbo frets. 21 fret guitar, jumbo frets. Stevie Ray was always into the jumbo frets. I love fatter frets on my guitar. I just find them easier to play. I did find that the fret edges here along the sides of the edge of the fretboard were kind of sharp. So I took a file to them to smooth them out, and now they feel really good. So I'm happy with that. Vintage Strat tremolo only goes one direction down, but the tuning stability is outstanding. It just sits flat to the body here and I can go down with it. I'm not a huge tremolo bar player anyway, but I like using it a little bit just for accent and effect. And again, this one stays in tune so well that it's like, why not have the trem? I like the dark vintage tint on the back of the neck. It is kind of a heavier lacquer. I tend to like more of like an oiled or a sanded feel, but this one feels really good. Like I don't plan on sanding it down. I also love the skunk stripe up and down the neck here. I don't know why, but I've just always thought Strats with skunk stripes were cool. So I was stoked when I saw that. I might do a couple other like minor modifications. I've thought about maybe a tortoiseshell pick guard. I've thought about replacing this plastic nut with like a tusk nut. I've thought about replacing the tuners with something that might lock or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. I might do it. I might not. I was originally thinking that I was going to want to change out the pickups when I first got it, but as soon as I plugged them in, I was like, man, this thing sounds really good the way it is. There's really no reason to mess with it. So it's Korean made. It's just built like a tank. It's heavy. Really enjoy it. I don't know exactly what year. I'm guessing that this was built sometime in the late 80s, but I really don't know for certain. Hondo, it doesn't appear to be around anymore. I guess they got bought out and shuffled around a little bit and now they're gone. But these things are surprisingly great value. I mean, if you find one of these out there for a good deal, you're looking for a nice Strat style guitar that you want to jam with, gig with, whatever, you're not too worried about it getting nicked up. These are an awesome option. They sound good, they feel good, they've got that thick tone, so I'm quite happy with it. And again, no matter what, you know, it always would have been special to me based on it being a gift from family. So I'm going to keep this one forever. Thank you, Bob and Sandy. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you later. Thanks.